So time to get there. I'm eastbound, doesn't watch old Bandit run.
Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another comedy and drama night. Tonight, I will be reviewing Smokey and the Bandit 3, released in 1983, directed by Dick Lowry, from a script by Stuart Birnbaum and David Doshoff, starring Jackie Gleason, Jerry Reed, Paul Williams, Pat McCormick, Mike Henry, Colleen Camp, Faith Minton, and Burt Reynolds. Now, if you've seen my review of the original film, I absolutely adore that film, and I think that film is perfect. The second one, not so much so. If you look at my review for that one, I thought that they turned Burt Reynolds' Bandit into a complete asshole in that film, and it just went against all the principles of the character from the first film. So when they decided not to bring in Burt to reprise his role as the Bandit in this, I wasn't so much bothered by that, because I didn't want them to try and continue forward the progress that they had with the second film. Now, they could have, just reverted back to making the Bandit like he was in the original film. It wouldn't have fit with the context of the story that way. So I thought bringing in Jerry Reed's Cletus to be the foil for Sheriff Buford T. Justice, again played by Jackie Gleason, was a really good idea. I love how the Burdettes end up conning both Sheriff Justice and Cletus into doing this little race and everything. Because it really harkened back to that original film in a lot of respects there. Except this time, the sheriff was in on the race. He was just pursuing in the original film. In this, he's actually a part of it, and he's actually pursuing because, in a lot of respects, he's almost being pursued in this one as well, because there's points where he has this shark on the top of his car that he has to get from point A to point B with to be able to win and get the money that the Burdettes are going to give him. And Cletus, on the other hand, is consistently stealing it, so that it ends up being a constant pursuit between the two. And I just thought that was a very interesting take on the story. It isn't as well directed. The production quality isn't near as good as Hal Needham's. But Dick Lowry doesn't do bad with this. Jackie Gleason and Mike Henry still have the same great chemistry together in this one, and they are great together.
Look at that big ugly fish, Daddy.
Looks like your mama. Smells like your mama, too.
Daddy, my face is all white.
Well, put a little lipstick on, I'll drop you off at a gay bar.
As is Pat McCormick and Paul Williams as Big Enos and Little Enos Burdette.
There's our turkey. Let's go stuff it, right?
They were the saving grace. Both those characters on both sides, Justice and Junior, and the Burdettes, were the saving grace of the second film. So it was a no-brainer to bring them back for this one as, major characters in this. And I like the addition of Colleen Camp as Dusty. She basically represents what Frog represented in the original two films for the Bandit, but she is that representation for Jerry Reed's Cletus. But she's completely different personality-wise. I really like the personality that she brought to the table with that character. I've always liked Colleen Camp. I think she's a really fun, good little actress, and she did really great in here as Dusty. Another character that I really liked in this, but she doesn't get introduced until, about midway, maybe even further past midway into this film, was the character of Tina, played by Faith Minton. And I just love the interactions with her and Jackie Gleason.
What the hell are you doing in there all dressed up with a cowboy hat on?
Well, I'm getting all hot and bothered for the evening, darling.
And it's a fun role for her because normally she's playing the tough, badass girl in a lot of movies and everything. And I've always loved her as an actress, even though she doesn't get a lot of roles in a lot of stuff. But she'd usually, like I said, she'd play the tough asses. And in this, she's big and she still looks like the same tough girl. But she's doing this really cute way of talking to where she is kind of ditzy, and it's a fun, different route for her to go as an actress, and I really liked her character in here. And I just love the references that Jackie Gleason makes toward her.
Hi, baby cakes.
The Return of Frankenstein.
Daddy!
Now, by the end of this film, you do get, as I said in my cast at the beginning of this, you do get the return of Burt Reynolds in a little bit of a way with this delusion from Jackie Gleason as he approaches Jerry Reed at one point. Instead of seeing Jerry Reed, he's seeing Burt Reynolds. So that was a really nice callback to the... And, Burt didn't seem like the asshole version. He seemed like the version from the original film, because this was by the memory of Jackie Gleason's character, how he remembered him. So, overall, I think the third film in this series was better in a lot of respects than that second film. I actually enjoyed Jerry Reed becoming the main foil and the main character of the story in a way. Now, technically, the main character of this is Jackie Gleason's Sheriff Justice, but still, Jerry Reed being in there as this major character in there instead of just a supporting character as he was in the first two films was pretty interesting and fun to see. So, my final review of Smokey and the Bandit 3 from 1983. I am going to give this film a 8.7 out of 10. I think this one, even though, like I said, it doesn't have the polish that Hal Needham brought to the table, it's still really a very good continuation of the Sheriff Justice and Cletus characters, and of course the Burnett's. I would have loved it if they would have made a fourth film continuing forward, maybe even bringing back the Bandit that way, but it wasn't meant to be. But what do you guys think of Smokey and the Bandit 3? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, why not click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan? As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you will have access to a post that I have on the Plus area right now, in which you can put down whatever movie you want me to review, TV show, ranking video, whatever it is. You request it, and when I do it, it will go up on the Plus area for all Plus members to see before it eventually goes live on the channel. So if you want to get interactive, now's your chance. Well, that's the end of another Comedy and Drama Night. If you missed last week's Comedy and Drama Night, check out the link above. Or if you missed any of the videos during Comedy and Drama Night, check out this playlist and get caught up on anything you've missed.